We welcome you back inside the Footprint Center down here in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. A rough night here for the Wranglers. They fall to the Arizona Rattlers as Coach Kevin Guy gets his 250th win of his coaching career, 55-39. It was a tough battle all night long. We were able to rise up there and really played some pretty good football in that third quarter, Ed, but just not able to get over that proverbial hump against the Rattlers tonight.
Being down 24 at halftime, the Wranglers fought back. Nick Watson throws 4 touchdowns in the second half. Came back threw for 112 yards passing. But when you look inside the numbers, folks, you go a little bit deeper into this thing. You look at the total number of plays that Northern Arizona ran, 49 for 221 yards to just 25 plays for Arizona. Drew Powell and the Rattlers ran half as many plays, but scored 55 points. So that just lets you know that the offense for Northern Arizona, they labored a lot, didn't they, JP?
They did.
You go up 8-0, and then the Rattlers, you scored nothing else other than a Connor Mangan field goal toward the end of the half, and they score 35 straight points, and you're down 35-8, and then you're just fighting from behind.
And as we mentioned, the Wranglers did really good there in that third quarter, putting 20, I believe you mentioned 20-plus points up, 22 there in that third quarter, and they really started feeling it, especially offensively, but then it started to dwindle there in quarter number 4.
It did. But you look at Nick Watson's numbers, 14 of 33, 174 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's really not that bad considering at halftime. Let me get his halftime numbers. It was much different. He was 8 of 21 for 62 yards and a touchdown. So the adjustments, we always talk about those halftime adjustments, don't we, JP?
We
do.
So
whatever they did when they went to the locker room, that under the bowels feed that you showed us, whatever they did inside that locker room, it worked for Nick Watson, throwing out 4 touchdowns. Ryan Wisniewski had 2. Glenn Gibbons Jr. had the first touchdown. Sheldon Augustine had 1. Jared Ware Jr. had 1. He ran well in the second half, had a long run of 27 yards. So they started to run the ball a little bit more, but when you're down 24, it's pretty much back to the aerial game because you've got to come back. You've got to come back pretty quickly.
It's never easy for a team to play catch-up, and that's exactly what the Wranglers had to do here for most of the evening tonight, and now they have solidified that 4th playoff position, and guess what, Ed? We'll be right back here next Saturday night inside the Footprint Center for round 1 of the IFL playoffs against these very same Rattlers.
Tucson took care of business tonight, beating Green Bay 48-39 down to Tucson, so as you mentioned, JP, they've solidified that 3rd spot, so they will travel to San Jose next weekend to take on the Bay Area Panthers, and we will be back here in this same spot in the press box next weekend for Wranglers and Rattlers Part 4.
Yeah, we were asking if we could go ahead and just kind of leave some of our stuff set up here and just give us a little bit of an expeditious setup for next weekend. But regardless, the Wranglers fall here tonight to the Arizona Rattlers, 55-39 our final score. And as we mentioned, right back here, the guys will get back to work. And we talked about it during the game, Ed, off the air. Now it's a chance to go back and study what went well here tonight, what went wrong, and then what we got to shore up for next Saturday.
Right, because a week is going to go really fast. So they'll get back on the buses, head back up to Prescott Valley, get some practices in, watch that film, and a week from now, they will be back in the Footprint Center. This time it's for the playoffs. It's for the right to move on and see what happens after that. Wow, 4 times in one season.
Yes.
2 teams meet each other. This is a fun one. I don't know the last time 2 teams met in the final game of the season, and then the very next week they meet in the playoffs in the same building, mind you.
It doesn't happen very often, but we're very familiar with these Arizona Rattlers. You might think back 3 seasons ago, the very first game we played as a franchise against these Arizona Rattlers up there in the Prescott Valley.
That's right.
Arena there at the Findlay Toyota Center. So once again, we'll sign off here for the evening tonight. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. The Wranglers fall to the Arizona Rattlers 55-39. And we appreciate you tuning in here on the postgame show. Special thanks once again to Miss Geraldine Mangan for joining us. Great to have her on here at halftime, Ed.
Absolutely.
Fantastic stuff. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you here next Saturday night, 5:30 p.m. Once again, we'll be on the air here from the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. Have a great night, everyone, and go Wranglers.
Go Wranglers.